Recording in progress.
Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is the night after Sunday, which was April 12th, 2025, 26, my bad. April 12th, 2026. It was today, which was Sunday. This is the night after that time. Oh, okay, answer that now. This is the night after that day. After this is the night after Sunday, April 12th, 2026. This is Fight Fire with Truth. This is where we are at this moment in time. This is Fight Fire with Truth. And here on Fight Fire with Truth, we go with information, open conversation, whatever anybody may want to speak on tonight. Don't look like anyone that's came in on the Zoom or any of the platforms at the moment. So we just getting started. And the last three nights after Sunday, or should I say, in the last three Fight Fire with Truth, we did Sovereign Testimonies. It's called Sovereign Testimonies. Excuse me. Sovereign Testimonies we've done for the last 3 weeks, just sharing information about people in their actual sovereign status, not people that's been trying to get it or that's halfway there, but people that's actually going through situations in their sovereign status. And that's what we do. We actually help people get in their status in order to be children of the Most High. Because when you're in your sovereign status, you're free from the corporation of the world. Corporation of the world is under the Roman Empire. A lot of people don't know that. The corporation is under the corporation and the quote unquote governments of the world is under the Roman Empire. A lot of people don't realize that the Roman Empire today. Well, before I get started, let me start off with a prayer. I'm about to get off into it. Let me start off with a prayer. Got to start off with a prayer first. Give the praises to the Creator for all things that's done and that we go through. All right. So give a prayer, and then we get into what I've just shared. Blessed be thou, Father universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father of 12 tribes of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to keep your arm protection around us, keep us in every way, protect us in every way, that we be in no hurt, harm, or danger in any way, and that we may carry your word, and that we may allow people and help people awaken to your truth. We ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. Also help us in the burdens as we're going through, and forgive us of the sins that we've done in time past, today's time and time to come, us, our ancestors, and our forefathers. Forgive us, and we've come to understand that we transgressed against you, and you've also transgressed against us because we transgressed against you. We ask you to forgive us of our sins and our ways that we have done in time past, and help us in every way and every day. In your holy word we pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise you, Almighty. All right. All right. So, what's going on, family, friends, and the world? Just here, like I say, this is another night after Sunday, which this is Fight Fire with Truth. This Fight Fire, which is ignorance with truth, knowledge, and understanding. And what I was just sharing is that in the last 3 weeks, we're doing sovereign testimonies for the last 3 weeks. The last 3 nights after Sunday, we've been doing sovereign testimonies. And in the sovereign testimonies, we've been sharing information about the sovereign status of some of us that we've been through, some things that has happened, some things we have went through according to court cases, and many other different situations and things as well. So I've been through my share, and I've exceeded through them in many different ways. Um, because of certain situations and where I was at that time compared to where I am today. So in today's time, we're on a whole different level. Me and the people that is in the classes that me and my wife share, and we're actually growing them to know, to understand what they need to know to build in this world today. All right. So, excuse me. As I was sharing with you before I went to prayer, is that the world is under the Roman Empire, under Roman rule. It's under Roman rule, and we're still in the Roman Empire today. Um, and also, the people are under the mindset of Esau. This is Esau's mindset that the world is under, not realizing it, because the Esau mindset is war. If you don't believe me, go back to Genesis chapter 27, verse 40. It starts off with it starts off saying that by thy sword shalt thou live, meaning by war shalt thou live. This is Esau's plan. This is how we do, and that's the reason why Esau does the things he do when it comes to war. That's how he live. Win or lose, that's how he live. That's how he stay in control. All right? It's a spiritual thing and a mindset that a lot of people don't understand. You know, got a lot of we had a very, very beautiful day today. I gotta say that on this April 12th. Very beautiful day. Nice, warm. Now we got a lot of sound like 4th of July. Excuse me. Didn't get much sleep today. I got dropped my wife off, came home, did a few things around the house, and really haven't had any sleep yet. Closed my eye for a moment, but haven't had any sleep yet. But back to what I was sharing with you. The Roman Empire is where we are today. The two legs of iron. The legs of iron. You had two. Those two legs of iron stand for Rome. The Roman Empire of iron, you had two legs. One was of Caesar, the other one is of the Pope. Both of them are the ones who were in charge of the Roman Empire, or the heads of the Roman Empire. Now that we're dealing on the side with the Pope, called Caesar, we don't have Caesars anymore. Now we have the Pope, who is actually over all the, estates. We'll put it like that. That is under the corporations. We have to come out of those corporations, which is having the estate, which is your straw man, which is your all caps name. You got to take control of that, or you not take control, but you got to be the one who the executor of that estate. So it's a lot of things that people need to know and grow in, and I understand a lot of people don't know this information, and there's a lot of people that do. So once we come into the position of being the executor of the estate, then you have a lot more wiggle room or leg room to stand on and do, and be in the place of your straw man with excuse me, and you'll be in the place of the straw man, which is the estate, instead of anybody else. Now, and I'm calling it the fourth sovereign testimonies, is because this is where we at right now. This is actually open conversation, but I'm calling it the fourth sovereign testimony because I have a few different sovereign situations that I can share with you. I really didn't want to share, my information for the third time, because I think I did it 3 times so far. Last week I was on A&E. I shared with you when they placed me on A&E with the Southfield judge. Then I gave you the real court case in that in that as well. But excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. Woo. Told you I didn't even get any sleep today, but I'm here to try to share with you what I can, where I'm at. But first of all, I share this time and time again, but I got to give you an understanding of how this is the Roman Empire and how they are in charge, right? How they are in charge. If you go to Daniel chapter 2, you go to first. We're gonna hit Daniel 2, 39 and 40. The second part of the last part of Daniel 2 and 39 would tell you that the Greeks devoured the whole earth. Actually, they took rule over the whole earth. Let me get on back over here. There we go. Here we go. Right here. All right. Let me get my glasses. Come on back here. Here we go. So, I'm just going to get down to the main points tonight. I'm going to go over a lot of different scriptures. I'm going to go different scriptures, but I'll give you understanding to what I'm sharing with you about where we are and how you're supposed to be in your sovereign status. Because sovereign only means free, meaning that you are a child of the Most High. You are a child. We already was born of the Most High. Just the fact that we have living breath in our bodies. We're sons and daughters of the Almighty, the Most High. But Satan is in control of the earth at this point in time, and he's in control of you because you are under the rule of the satanic system, which is the Roman government. But right over here in the 39, let's go with 39 itself. Daniel chapter 2, verse 39 states, "And after thee shall arise another kingdom," that's after Nebuchadnezzar, and the other kingdom is going to be the Medes and the Persians. The Medes and the Persians. And across here is the silver. The chest, it said breast, and the arms is of silver. But you got the Medes and you have the Persians. You have the Medes and the Persians, right? Then you have the torso and the thighs of Greek. See, the torso and the thighs of Greek, or the torso is Greek altogether, but then they started to split off, and this is when they relinquish and give their information or give the kingdom over to the Romans. That's where the thighs come in at. Short-lived, and then given to the Romans, and the Roman long-legged is still in power now. But he got two. He got two halves. That's what we're going to get in tonight and just check a little bit of the information out. So right here in 39, it says, "And after thee," after who? After Nebuchadnezzar, "shall arise another kingdom," as I was sharing, Medes and the Persians. Then it says, "inferior to thee," inferior to Nebuchadnezzar, which is the king, which is the head of gold. Then it says, "another third kingdom of brass," inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass. That's the torso I was just sharing with you, which is the Greeks. They are the ones, and listen to what it says after it says brass. Another kingdom of brass. Your key is right after that. It says, "which shall bear rule over all the earth." They are going to take over the whole earth. Nebuchadnezzar, he gained kingdoms when he became. This is where Babylon. This is where the kingdom of Babylon came about. See, before the kingdom of Babylon, when Nebuchadnezzar was in charge, before the kingdom of Babylon, we just had Babylon. What we mean by Babylon? The whole earth was full of different nations, tongues, and people. Because after the Tower of Babel, remember when Nimrod was having them build a tower to heaven, right? Nimrod had them build a tower to heaven. The angels came down and they confounded the language. Everybody started speaking a separate language. So everybody split off. All the ones who had the same language went their own way. And what happened? They grew a kingdom wherever they were. The so-called Egyptians grew into a kingdom. The Syrians grew into a kingdom. The Chaldeans grew into a kingdom. You see? Hold on one moment. Let me make sure I get this. Let me do this real quick. Let me see who this may be. Okay, here we go. We got, all right, who is Paul? Who may you be? Paul E, can you let me know who you may be? If you don't say anything, I'm going.
Can you hear me
Now I can. Now talk to me, Paul. Who may you be?
Let me show you my picture. What's up? Peace, how you feeling?
How you doing? How you doing? Let me see.
Yo, brother. Yo, brother, let me cut the light on so you can see me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. It's been a minute, haven't it?
It been a minute.
So wait a minute. When last time I saw you?
Been a while. Been a minute.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there was a brother coming on because I got a lot of trolls coming on. They be trying to put explicit stuff up.
You know me.
Yeah, I mean it's been a minute. I saw your face, man. It's been, but you know I know a lot of people. It's been a minute, but yeah, I see who I see.
Okay. Long you see that.
I got you. I got you. Now this is open conversation. Actually, oh, hold on one moment. Hold on. We got my brother Teddy B on as well. Let me because last time I kept the recording. Let me resume my recording.
Recording in progress.
All right. I got my brother Paul online tonight, and I got my brother Teddy B, TB, they're on tonight. I was trying to see further. I always pause it now because we have certain people coming on, and they've been putting on explicit stuff. So they exterminated my other YouTube, so that's why I pause it to make sure who's coming on. I see who's coming.
Right.
Yeah. So what you been up to, bro?
I've been hanging in there.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. I was just talking about, just to share with you, this is open conversation, so I'm glad you're here. And I can share with you what I was just sharing with Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I can share with you. And Teddy B, you can unplug if you like. This is open conversation tonight. So we can have a conversation if you like, or you can just sit back and listen. It's up to you. Anybody on Zoom? On Sunday, this is open conversation. So this is open conversation. We have open conversation on certain things. But when it comes to the sovereign information, we can't go too deep because that's for us on, Paul, last night. Am I right?
No, not last
night. I bet this brother's named Paul over at this new congregation that and you favor him. I'm still seeing you in the dark. Y'all favor a lot.
You know me from Atlanta.
That's why I thought. Well, that's the first thing I thought. But you still look like the brother that I met last night.
And I had a sister named my mate used to be Nika.
I remember.
We had a little get together.
You was coming to my sovereign classes. Yeah. Man, it's been a minute, bruh. A long minute, but I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
What you been? But before we get into that, let's get back to what I was talking about. And we gonna, bruh. Hold on one moment. Don't say I got something to share with you. Well, we talked a few months back. I ain't heard back from you.
Yeah, I've been busy. I had a lot going on. You know how you try to stay afloat.
Well, it's good you're here right now because, bruh, you're going to find out a lot of information that's going on that I'm sharing. And you know where I was? I'm on a whole different level than I used to be.
Yeah, we talked for a second.
We did. I remember.
And you said, well, I need to get a P.O. box. Remember we talked?
That's for private. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
I ain't going to go in deep. You said we can mention stuff, but not too deep.
Right.
Okay. So then, I've been working on my own business. I do the ballet thing.
You good?
So a lot of things been surfacing that I had to deal with. I cleared a couple of contracts, and I was trying to get in contact with Ed Wilson. You know about Ed? You know Ed?
Yeah, I know Ed. Yeah, I know Ed.
And Ben Bank. You know Ben?
Yes.
Okay. I used to work for Ben, so Ben used to be tight. So
Big Ben, right? Big Ben, right? Yeah. Bruh, are you going? Let me ask you a question. Are you going to the classes he's going to? I'm not gonna say no names, but you know the classes he's going to with the sovereign information in Atlanta?
No, I ain't been active. I pulled back. I just stayed.
That's good because where we at? Because where we at, it's fresh. When I say fresh, you like new fish. You like what they call it, fresh fish, whatever they call it. You know how it's, bruh. Hey, Paul.
I've been doing it for a long time
Bruh, let me share it with you. Let me share it with you. Do you know when they had the karate movies, right?
Yeah.
You know, sometime when a new student meets a new teacher, the teacher said you gotta empty the glass in order to get more, or should I say to fill a new glass?
Right.
Bruh, this remedy here, situations is here, a whole different situation. And I don't even want to get into it because if I start talking about it, I have to go into it. But
Yeah, don't start talking. You have my number too. So
we connected. We connected. But you know, you deep in my phone because last time I talked, we talked about maybe it was some months ago. It was months ago.
Months ago, you invited me to the page.
Yes, I did. But I ain't seen you.
Yeah, because I've been busy.
Well, that's all right. You here now.
Yeah. But what
That
happened, I'm waiting on my food to eat. So I said, let me see what today.
well, good. That's good. Let me go ahead and pick back up where I was on a few moments ago.
Okay.
Okay. Because I think Teddy TB might be out there where you at, but it's a lot of people out there, and I was going to share with you. I plan on coming out there. I'm surprised my wife to bring her to Atlanta, so we're going to come to Atlanta in the beginning of May.
Okay.
I'm a surprise her. She sleep downstairs, so she don't know I'm surprised her that for her Earth Day, huh?
Yeah, that's my Earth Day too.
In May, the beginning of May.
May 2nd.
Dang, you the second person I know that told me that was on the second cause I got two women in between. Well, not got two now, but I only have one in between. One was on the first, and the other one is on the third. I'm not gonna tell you which was which, but the one I got now, her Earth Day is before or after yours. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Okay.
All right. So, so we might be there for your Earth Day. So we might connect. I hope she ain't hear me because she downstairs asleep. I got off work, so I didn't want her to know that part. So I'm surprised on that. But yet and still, like I was saying with everybody, and I was saying before you came on, I just wanted to check and make sure we recording. Okay, good. Re-record. Because last time I paused that mug and my whole part one was cut because I didn't get it. But yet and still, what I was just sharing is that we're in the Roman Empire still today. We're still in the Roman Empire today. And what I'm sharing is that by being in the Roman Empire, everybody, this is my second, which is called, I'm calling the second testament, but I might end up changing it up. We're in the Roman Empire today, and we're in the legs, which is the two legs of the Roman Empire. You got, as I was sharing in Daniel chapter 2, the head of gold was Nebuchadnezzar. The chest and arms was the Medes and the Persians. The torso and the thighs are the Greeks. The torso and the thighs are the Greeks. And I share with you what's going on because the Greeks relinquished their power to the Romans. The Romans is the legs. And don't forget, you got two legs. You got old Rome and you got new Rome. Old Rome consists of Caesar. Old Rome consists of Caesar. You know, he had Caesar, the gladiators, they went around. And what did Caesar say? Which I was actually a part of, not knowing it when I was in Europe. Caesar would say, Veni, Vidi, Vici. Veni, Vidi, Vici is Latin for I came, I saw, I conquered. That was one of my hit songs, our first hit song that I did when I was in Europe before coming back to America. So I didn't understand at the time, but I started to understand later on, and then the Creator had opened my mind, or when I went through my spiritual awakening, I started to find out more information about the Roman Empire and who we are as the children of Israel, for those who know who you are. And many other things I started to find out. And now, after going through my spiritual awakening and come to understand who we are, the time we in, the things that's going on, I understand prophecy and everything that's happening, I understand where we are. So I had made a promise in Europe that if you brought me to the truth, I'll put the truth in songs and writing and give it to the world. It's up to the world to accept it or reject it. So right now, I'm just sharing the timeline and history of where we are. See, the history tells everything about where you are, where you're going, and where you've been, right? So the history at this point in time, which was prophesied in Daniel chapter 2 about the Nebuchadnezzar's dream, when he talked about the head of gold, which was Nebuchadnezzar, the arm and chest of Medes and Persians, the the thighs, so the torso and the thighs is the Greeks, then the legs being Rome, the legs is the Roman Empire, and the feet being of iron and clay. Actually, it's a separation. The iron clay is a separation. The iron is still Rome, it's the Roman Empire is still in power because it's still strong, but the clay is us separating ourselves. But the clay is also of those who are physical but not spiritual. That's the clay. So I'm going to break that down to you in a few minutes just to get a better understanding. By the clay being physical, like I'm going to say it, I got to put it out there the way it is. When the quote unquote Moors say Islam Moor, they say, what does Islam mean? I, self, law, am master. They don't have spirituality because they think that they're master of self. So they don't have the spirituality of the spirit of the Father upon them. But this is where, when it talks about the stone that was drawn out the mountain with our hands, that's the law. That law is going to be upon those that come in this point of view where we at right now. They're going to take the law and they're going to smash everything starting at the feet, starting at the clay, the iron, and they're going to break everything down, meaning all the customs, the thoughts, the religion, and all these different ways and things, the way the world is thinking. So I was actually talking about this, and I was talking about Babylon just before you came on, Paul. What I was talking about, now I broke it down to that point, but as I was talking about this, I had to go back and reiterate Babylon in the beginning after the flood. So when Nimrod when they was building the tower, the angels came down and confounded the language. By confounding the language, every nationality, according to their language, got together and spread throughout the earth. Now, this was Babylon, but it wasn't the Babylonian Empire. It was just Babylon, because that was the Tower of Babel, where all the language got confounded. So when the language got confounded, everybody went their way in the earth. Then that's where these nations grew in the earth. As I said, Egypt became a nation, which was actually Kemet. The Romans gave them the name Egypt, truthfully. But Kemet became a nation by way or by name of Egypt, what we call today. The Syrians became a nation. The Philippines became a nation. The Chaldeans became a nation. And all these other nations started to sprout in the earth at that time. So, at that time, Lot and his daughters had children, and they became a nation, which was the Moabites, who are the Moors are today, the actual Moors. Everybody called themselves a Moor, but the Moabites is actually the Moors today. They went from the Moabites to Moab in the Bible, but today it's Moors. The Moabites are the Moors today. Their counterpart or their sister or their sibling is the Ammonites. The Ammonites and the Moabites. So the people that call themselves Moors now, or the nation of Moors, which was a great nation, you can't take that from them. I actually did a post on YouTube. They did take it down, but I think I put it back up because I save all mine. I don't put it in the cloud. I keep my own stuff. Just like right now, I'm taping. I keep my own stuff so I can go back and I can put it back if I want. If YouTube take all my stuff down, whatever I saved, I can go back and I can reload it. So, but like I'm saying, I got one called Who Are the Moors? I actually did that. I think I did about 3 years ago. In 2003, I think I did. But I believe I re-uploaded it. So y'all can always go back and check that out. Y'all can go to my Juice Pro 33 or just put in Who Are the Moors, Juice Pro 33, and you can see I break it down and I give you all the information from where they came from and share with you that they are a great nation that was in the earth. They were a great nation. So you can't take from them what they are and what they was, but you also have to recognize who they are, where they came from, and their history. A lot of people only know of the fame and how big they were, but they don't know where they actually came from. So that's the point on the Moor situation and the Moab and the Moabites. All right. So they became a great nation. And then who else? Israel. So did Ishmael. Ishmael became a great nation in the earth, and no different than Esau became a great nation, because the promise was to Esau and to Jacob. He said Abraham's seed. Abraham's seed was Isaac. Isaac and also Ishmael. Ishmael is a great nation in the earth as well. See, a lot of people just look at one nation. They don't look at all the different things that has happened and everything that has happened in the earth with these different nations. So Ishmael had 12, I'm gonna say 12 tribes, 12 sons, and they became a great nation. And also Isaac had two sons, which is Esau and Jacob. Esau became a great nation because he's a great nation now. He's the one in charge. It was his blessing that he get the first he get the earth, the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. Our blessing that we got first, which is actually the birthright that people don't realize. Esau sold his birthright. I'm just kind of going around to bring you back to a specific point.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. What's going on, TV? Good to see you, bro.
I had a quick, if I may.
Come on with it.
You had said about Lot and his daughters, right?
Yes, sir.
Right there, the Moabites. Did not Lot and his daughters, they did not sleep with him?
Yeah, they slept with him. That's where the Moors came from.
Right, so from what I was reading is that you have a deformity when you have relations with your family, right? You would have some sort of a DNA destruction going on when you have a offspring of having intercourse within a family.
Okay. Does that happen every time?
I'm not here to debate if it does.
No, it's not debating. I'm just asking a question.
The perspective of what I'm trying to bring up, which would be that this nation of Moab that we speak of, from what my interpretations are as well, my readings were, because of their lack of certain DNA, they have slit eyes. And we have a nation of people today that we call Asians, Chinese, Japanese, that have these
slanted eyes. Yep.
slanted eyes, and that would be the Moabs. So it's not to say that there weren't any melanated so-called Asians. It's just to say, are you depicting this great nation to be Asians?
No,
Because
not me. I'm not. All I'm saying is this. I'm just saying it was a great nation. Now, I don't. I know a lot. See, this is one thing. I just look at the facts of things that's going on and what has happened and where we are. Like a lot of people say, Esau is the white man. I'm just giving you my point of view. Like we're not debating. We having a conversation. This is open conversation, correct?
I would say Esau is not white, but go ahead.
Okay, good. That's what I'm saying. I don't look at color. I look at the facts of things that's happening. See, I look at the mindset. No different than the people that are supposed to keep the commandments. It's a mindset. When Israel, and I want to get off the subject, but I just want to share this point. When Israel left Egypt, it wasn't just Israel that left Egypt. It was Israel and a mixed multitude of people. But you never hear that they speak of the mixed multitude of people when they were in the wilderness. They only always said children of Israel. Israel is spiritual. Now, Jacob is physical. Jacob is the ones who's actually from Jacob. But in the scriptures, when it talks about Jacob, you always hear Jacob and Israel, even though they're talking about the children of Israel. But what I'm sharing it with you is when they talk about Jacob, that's dead. That's like the Christians of today. The Christians of today is dead Israel, which is Jacob. Israel is those who have awakened and know who they are. And when it talks about them simultaneously, a lot of people they just see names, but they're not realizing that they're talking about it's a mindset. The Christians is dead Jacob who don't know who they are. They don't know their land, their language, their heritage, nor their culture. But Israel know who they are spiritually. And then anybody who turned, and he said, is one law for the stranger and is one law for Israel. So the stranger is spiritual Israel. So I don't look at me, myself, I understand the melanation or color. I understand it. But what I look at when I see spiritual, I'm talking about the mindset. Like right now, Esau is over the world today. About Esau being over the world, we don't know who was actually Esau by color, but we do know the mindset according to his blessing in Genesis 27:40. He said, by thy sword shall thou live. Now, today, look at how the world is. The world is all about war. And as I was trying to share earlier about Rome, first you had Caesar, now you have the Pope. But both of them is of Rome, but both mindset. Both of them mindset, even though Pope is supposed to be the church part of the system of the day, because you got church and state. Even though the Pope is supposed to be the church part, and the industrial complex of England is supposed to be the state part, right? Even though the whole thing is the mindset. The mindset is about war and taking over everywhere they go. So I know a lot of people look at things as in, okay, we're going to see about this by the slanted eyes, because I actually have you may know about this too. I actually have a DVD, a documentary called Africans of Asia. Africans of Asia. So, and it told a lot of information about prophecy about what's going on today. So, and I'm not debating, like I said, we're just having an open conversation. So in the conversation, and I don't try to change nobody's mind, I just give the understanding of where we are, how things are, because we can depict people all the time. Like they try to say, well, Neptili is, I'm just saying, this some you know how they try to say the Mexicans is a certain people, the Samoans are certain people. I don't get into all that. My main thing is I look at prophecy. I look at who fits the prophecy according to what's being said, what's going on, and what's happening. Maybe the region of the world as well. That's what I go by. Now, I can't say that they have slanted eyes, because I know a lot of us have this, because the whole world has been, right now, if you look at most of the world, Esau planted his seed in the majority of the people of the world. We did the same thing. When we was with Esau, which is in their army, we went to different places. We planted our seed into. I got 2 boys in Germany right now, by a German girl. That's what I was saying when I was over there. Before I went to my spiritual awakening, I was performing in Europe, helped sell $250,000 of our first single. But I was with a woman over there, almost married her. I gave that story plenty of times in the Bible, especially in 1 Kings 13, how the Creator guided me from her, because we almost got married. So I'm just saying, I see it in a different way. But come on, bro, just share your point of view, because I'm not trying to put your point of view down. I just like to hear. I like to grow in information in what we do, but I just give you the mindset of where I'm at as well. So it's just open conversation. Teddy, I hope you're still there. There you go.
So, yeah, my signal is acting up a little. I'm outside right now.
Okay, well, yeah, come on, give me your point of view, because I like to hear information. You know what I'm saying?
Just bear with me. I'm gonna grab some. I gotta go outside and grab some groceries. The Walmart order just got it.
Okay, good. Come on, put yourself on mute. When you unmute, I'll know you back. Okay?
I got you.
Yeah, this open conversation, bro, every Sunday. This is where we at. So now back to the story. My boy Paul, like he done gone, he done left a little bit, or he may have fell off. We don't know. I had to actually see who that was. But after he came on, I seen his face, but it had been a long minute. I just met another brother. I went to a congregation yesterday with this other brother I hadn't seen in a while, and it's another long story. But he's got a new venue, or should I say a new place of worship. So, but Paul looked just like the brother, but I'm looking, it come up when he said Paul, I'm up here thinking, but I knew exactly who he was when we got to talk. When he said Atlanta and he said Nikki, I knew exactly who he was. But he looked just like, I meet a lot of people. So, But back to the story. Like I was saying, we'll get back to the point where I was sharing that Babylon was a land with the earth. Everybody spread throughout the earth, and they grew as a people in their part of the land. And this is where all the different nations came from, as everybody spread throughout the earth in the different languages. It wasn't until Nebuchadnezzar stood, according to the scriptures, that is. Now, if anything else other than that, y'all have to share it with me. I'm just going by what I come to know, according to scriptures and history. Nebuchadnezzar, he grew to be a man that was over, and the Creator allowed him to be. And when you read Daniel chapter 2, it shows you that the Creator gave him power in the earth. So this is where the kingdom of Babylon came from. This was the first kingdom that rose in the earth and took over. All right? That was the first one that came. And when they became, this is when Israel went into captivity in Babylon. First, Israel was a part of their own nation. They was growing. They kept going against the Creator's word. But from this point, it's when they end up going into Babylon, and that was the first empire on the earth, separate from just everybody being in their own nation. This was the first Babylonian empire, right? Empire. So we can put that in not just nation, but an empire, right? So after the Babylonian Empire, then came who? The Medes and the Persians. As we know in Daniel chapter, I think that's 5. When, what you call them? Yep, chapter 5. That's when, this is when, what say, the writing on the wall. I'm just going to say the writing on the wall. When the hand came writing on the wall, chapter 5. That's when the Medes and the Persians took over, right? So when the Medes and the Persians took over, Israel was still in captivity, right? So that's when the Medes and the Persians came over, which is what? And now this is kind of shocking, the fact that I got this shirt on, and this is gray right here, which represents silver. So the silver was the chest and the arm, which is the Medes and the Persians, right? That's the Medes and the Persians. So after the Medes and the Persians, then rose the brass, which was the torso and the thighs, which is who? Greek. And you'll see right here where it stays in the end of 39, right? End of 39, I'm going first here. After Nebuchadnezzar was his 39, Daniel chapter 2 and 39 says, after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom. This is the Greeks right here, the third kingdom of brass. That's the brass. That's the waist, that's the torso and the thighs, which shall bear rule over all. Now this is where the Greeks took over all the earth. See, so Babylon had a portion of the earth. The Medes and the Persians had a portion of the earth, but right here you see it says the third, which is the kingdom of brass, which is the Greeks, they bear rule over all the earth, right? So then it says 40, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. Now I'm talking about the fourth king, which is iron, which is the Roman Empire. And I can show you in Revelations where they relinquished their power over to the Roman Empire. The Greeks did. You can see that in 13 and 2. Revelation 13 and 2. It tells you they gave them their seat, their power, and great authority. That's what the dragon did. The dragon was the Greeks. The beast is the Roman Empire, the fourth beast upon the earth, right? It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise, which iron broke in pieces and subdued everything, which is, what did they do? Iron, actually, that iron, which is Rome, has a little bit of Greek in it. Has it, you know, they still have the Greeks today. They have what's their name? Sororities and fraternities, right? They say they Greek, still living today. And then after they leave college, they submerge themselves into the system. All these different sororities, Greek sororities and fraternities. Am I correct or am I right or wrong? Y'all tell me. So that's part. The Christmas tree is from Babylon. right? The Christmas tree is from um, Nimrod's wife and mother, right? From the stories that has been told. His mother was also his wife, Nimrod. So she ended up, I guess, a tree. I think what it was, a pine tree grew over him, and she used to go and put gifts under there. And this is where the story of the Christmas tree really started at. Right? A lot of people don't know that. So it's just so many stories that this Roman Empire has. The Romans don't really have a history. Roman Empire, we don't have it. They take and subdue from every other nationality and every other culture, and they added with theirs. Where do you think they got the Christ concept from, or Jesus concept from? They got that from Yeshua. But they changed the story and modified it and gave you a story that they put together. But the people don't know it because they don't do the research. They don't do the research. They don't find out history. They don't find out knowledge of stuff. They just go along with what's given to them. Here, they give them a plate of poison. They go, okay, yeah, I'm a Christian. This is a Christian plate. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing the research, well, wait a minute, what's in here? Where this come from? What's in? Remember the golden child? That dude kept trying to give the golden child some oatmeal with blood under the bottom. These Christians, yeah, this is good. Because they don't do no research. Whatever they get, they take it wholeheartedly. Because they don't do no research. You try to tell them, they think you're crazy. What they call it, Stockholm Syndrome? Then they can't see. But hey, people choose to be ignorant if people stay ignorant if they choose to be ignorant. If you don't want to have an open mind to see no more than what you already see and where you are, you're going to be where you're going to be. And you're just going to stay there. So, but other than that, it says, for as much as iron break in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. Right? This is talking about what has happened and what's going on today. It's breaking pieces throughout the earth. And what it done? Tell me what it done today. Guess where all the continents and everything is today? Under the beast's rule. I'm going to come back to here. Let me give you something right here in Daniel 7. And I love doing this because a lot of people don't even understand it. 7 and 23 gives you the breakdown of this right here. This is prophecy, but 7:23 and 1 is everything in a nutshell about the iron breaking and bruising. And it says this right here. Daniel 7:23 states, thus he said, the fourth beast. A lot of people can't, even though it's in their face, they still don't see it. Excuse me. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom. The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom. What kingdom they're just talking about over here in 2? The kingdom of iron, right? Shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth. The fourth kingdom upon earth. Which shall be diverse, different. Which shall be diverse, different from all kingdoms. It's going to be different from all the other kingdoms. And shall devour, what did it say? And shall devour the whole earth. Do y'all know what whole mean? That means everything, all of it. The Greeks went and they was the what they call it path, what they call it when they land the foundation. The Greeks laid the foundation and gave it to the Romans. The Romans went from there and what it says shall be diverse from all kingdoms and shall devour the whole earth and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Now, this is how they broke it in pieces. Like I said, the iron breaking in pieces and subdue all things. This is how the iron, which is the Greeks and the Romans, subdue all things. The earth, they broke into continents, right? We got 7 continents, which is the 7 heads in Revelations 12, 3 and 4, and Revelation 13. The 7 heads. When we talk about the dragon with the 7 heads, the beast with 7 heads, the 7 heads is the 7 continents. A lot of people don't know this, though. The 7 heads is the 7 continents. And by them being the 7 continents, he said, is as a, when the Greeks had it, it's 7 heads, 10 horns, and 7 crowns. No, yeah, 10 horns mean power, and 7 crowns mean kingdoms. Then it says in Revelation 13, it's 7 heads, 10 crowns, and 10 horns, and I think it was 10 horns and 10 kingdoms. I think because one of them had more than the other one. So I think they had 10 horns and they had 10 crowns. The crowns mean kingdoms. Crowns meaning kingdoms. So right over here, that's just in Revelation. I just wanted to give you that real quick. If we decide to go in there in part 2, because we up in time right now. So right here it says, and shall which shall be diverse, different from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down. How did he tread it down? About to give it to you. And break it in pieces. Now, first, as I was sharing with you how they got broken pieces, you got 7 continents. In each continent, they have states. No, let me rephrase that. In each continent, they have countries. The countries is broken up. They have countries. And in those countries, some have cities, some have rural areas, some has states. States and cities or rural areas, right? In those countries. They have states, cities, or rural areas. You know, country area, country, what have you. Then they have, some have districts and counties. Just breaking it down as we go, and towns, right? And then they have neighborhoods. This is breaking all the way down. They have neighborhoods. After that, in those neighborhoods, they have what? Houses. In each neighborhood, they have homes, which is houses that each individual stay in, right? And part of those houses are what they call addresses. Each home has an address. By each home have an address, that means that all this is calculated in the Roman Empire. That means that whoever has an address, you have to have a name, number, or some type of information to connect with that address, because you can take that address wherever you at. You can send something from here to across the world to one of them 7 continents, no matter where they are. If they got an address, you can send it to that address from your house, your home. This is how they broke it down and broke it all into pieces. And people don't even see it. They broke the whole world down. They broke everything to a minute, not only to your address at your home you stay in, which is actually owned by your ID. That's how everybody's connected, which is actually owned by your ID. But not only that, it connects all the way to you when you come out the womb. They put a cap on your head, and that cap is your birth certificate, your social security card, and your ID card. It broke all the way, all the continents, all the way down to you coming out the womb. The 4th kingdom shall be diverse from all kingdoms, different. And that's just 723. I got a whole lot more to go with that, to break it down and let you know more, but that's just 723 to give you understanding. That's just Daniel 7:23. Let's get back over here now to get a better understanding of 2. Daniel chapter 2. All right. So we just did 40. Now let's go to 41 real quick. And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, you see? Now here we go. We're going to get to the bottom part of it. Whereas thou saw the feet and the toes, part of potter's clay, which is the clay, and part of iron, right? The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, which is the system, the Roman Empire. That's still the system, still holding on. The strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with murky clay. That's where you see the feet mixed with clay. People are breaking off and turning from iron into the clay. This is why I'm saying these are the Moors, these are the people. I'm not just the Moors, these are people who are becoming sovereign. Because everybody only thought sovereign was just, are you a Moor? Are you a Moor? Moor means black. Moor is a Moabite, which is a people. The Moors are a certain people that was around the Caucasians back in Spain. Marrying up into the Caucasian, this is where the actual marriage license came from. Started at, that is. That's where the actual because they was marrying so much with the Caucasians up there, they was mixing and they was taking land. This is where the marriage license came in at. In Spain. When the Moors was there, but the Moors, don't forget, the Moors are all over the world. They civilized the Caucasians. And a lot of people know that. Like I say, they was a great nation in the earth. But majority of the time, let me share something with you, just to share how facts I am, that I'm sharing with you. You'll always see in the scripture, when you see Moab or Moab, you'll see not too far, Esau is right there. Moab and Esau. Moab, you see Moab, Esau, and the Ammonites. When you read the scripture, if you go in there and start reading certain areas, you'll see Moab, or you'll see Edom, Moab, and the Ammonites. You'll see Moab, Edom, and the Ammonites. When you see them, when you get those names together, you'll see them close, practically in the same verse, or in the same sentence, or the same verse. Check it out. And guess what? They're the ones who taught them the stuff they know to have the world the way the world is today. Why do y'all think that when the people are speaking, the information is information that the laws that the Moors had, that's where they're coming from? A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people do know that. But see, the laws of the Creator is right here. This is what we go by. And it supersedes all laws, whether people know it or not. These laws supersedes all laws. And we got the documents to prove it. It's not just documents. It's just the information. It's the law itself. But let's keep it moving. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. You see what I'm saying? The kingdom. What kingdom? The Roman Empire. Don't forget, the feet is still of the iron. The clays is starting to break off. 44. And in the days of these kings, check it out. And in the days of these kings, what kings? Shall the Father of heaven set up a kingdom. In what day of what kings? The Babylonian kingdom, the Medes and the Persians, the Greek and the Roman Empire. He's setting up a kingdom when and before they even got into the Babylonian kingdom. That was Israel. It says, and in the days of these kingdoms, shall the Father of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. You see that? But that's coming. That's us growing where we at right now. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people. What do you mean by other people? Other nations, other tongues. It's going to be left to Israel, because Israel is going to be the stone that I'm going to get back to in a few minutes. I didn't read that, but I'm going to share with you that point in a few moments. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. You see what I'm saying? It's going to start at the feet first, which is the stone that will cut out the mountain with our hands. That's us. That's the law. That's those who hold the law. Break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out, here we go. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain with thy hands, this is the law that was given to Moses, that was given to the children of Israel, that was supposed to keep the law. At first time, it was given to them physically. Exodus chapter 24, verse 1 through 8. Your key verses 3, 7, and 8. And then given to us spiritually in the last days, which the Father said he's going to put it in our inward parts. Jeremiah 31, verse 31 through 37, which is the confirmation, but the key is 31 through 34 of Jeremiah 31. All right? And that it break in pieces the iron, the brass. See there? That it break in pieces. Let me get back to 45 in the beginning and hit it again. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, which was the law, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay. You see the clay is getting broken down too? Those are the ones who are not spiritual. The brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great Yah that made known to the king what shall come to pass. What shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. See that? But let's go over here to let's go over here to a little bit. Let's go to 32 real quick. Matter of fact, 31. 31 to 35. I'm gonna share something with you to get a better understanding of the part we just read. Now, 31 states, Thou, O king, sawest that, still in Daniel chapter 2, Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The form of the image was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breasts and his arms of silver, his belly and thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part iron and part of clay. See that? That's from 31 through 33. But right here is this that what 34 say. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands. He saw that until he saw a stone that was cut out without hands, which smote the image, which broke the image upon his feet. He was standing upon his feet, but it smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay. So he started at the feet first. That was of iron and clay, and break them in pieces. 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass. You see where it started at? The iron and the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold. It broke its way up, meaning it started where it's at. When we come in charge, as we come in charge today, as we grow as Israel in the knowledge of the Creator, we're going to break that great statue down, and we're doing it right now. I'm doing it right now by what I'm sharing with you, because we're in that time right now. We're in the time of the Roman Empire where the clay and where the stone is at. But the law is going to prevail over all. Again, then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, and no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain. You see that? The stone that was smoked by the image became a great mountain and filled the what? Whole earth. We're going to be over the whole earth. We're going to be over the all tongue nations, tongue, kindred, nations, and people. We're going to be over the whole earth. And we're going to teach all the other people how to keep the law. Why? Because the law is going to be over the earth as the waters cover the sea. Right? And that's it. So you can read that on down, you can check it out, and I've given you a better understanding to that point of view. Now let's get back over here to 7. I just broke down and showed you verse 23 a few moments ago, 7 and 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom. The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom, which is the Roman Empire. And I just broke that down to give you a good understanding who the statue was and how it was, and who was going to be the one that breaks that stone that was cut without hand, that broke the whole statue down, which is spiritual Israel, which is Israel who keep the law. The stone that was cut out the mountain without hands was given to Moses, which was the law. And Israel is the one that's going to keep the law, but I'm going to get to that in a few moments. So I gave you 23, but now I'm gonna give you 2 points real quick, just to make it simple. I told you I ain't gonna give you all, I ain't gonna go into it all today because this is open conversation. Anybody want to have anything to say, we can come on with it and just share information. Because I like having a conversation. I just give them the point of view of where I'm at and what I see according to Scripture. I don't try to put, okay, this person is that person, because today everybody is mixed blood. The whole world is mixed. But Israel is the one who's going, well, I'm going to give you that now. I'm about to give that to you. 21, 22, and 17 and 18. 21 and 22 first, before we got into 23. But I'm mainly giving you 21, 22 to give you the understanding of what I'm mainly sharing with you about Israel, what happened to them, and who is who in Daniel 7. I just gave you 23, but now I'm just going to give you 21, 22. Then I'm going to give you 17 and 18. I'm only giving you just a little bit to give you an understanding, because I'm not going into the whole situation. Now I'm going to the New Testament, which is in Revelations, to give you more understanding about the dragon, because we started off with Esau. I'm just getting everybody to understand who Esau is according to the mindset and where we at today according to the mindset of Esau. No different than we supposed to have the mindset of the law. That's the difference. It's not about just the skin color. It's not about just the skin color. It is about the skin color, or should we say the people who is the real people. But everybody who keeps the law, no different than Uriah. Let me just throw it there real quick. The Hittite. And I'm not talking bad about David, but I'm just going to tell you about the situation. Uriah was a Hittite, and the Creator commanded that when they go into the land, they're supposed to kill all those different nationality and people. But Uriah was exceptional. You know why? Him and maybe many others. Because he loved Israel and he kept the law. And I'm only going to say that. I ain't going into nothing else. Just want to talk about Uriah at that point. He was a Hittite, which was supposed to be done away with. But yet still he loved Israel, and somebody got punished behind what happened to that man because of because that man was a just man. This goes to show you who anybody that keeps the law and follow our way is just like us, but they're not over us. And that's just the bottom line. So, verse 21, Daniel 7:21 states, I beheld, and the same horn power made war with the saints. Who are the saints? Israel is the saints. We're the saints. I'm Israel. I know who I am. You know. Made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Guess what? The world did prevail against them. Where are we at right now? Where are we at right now? A lot of our people are still in servitude until they get into the position of where we are. Till you get into your quote-unquote executive office, your private office. Once you get there, then you become sons and daughters of the Most High. Once you get in that office, in this day and time. Back then, the Creator told Daniel to close up the book because it wasn't for them back then. He said until the time of the end, where we at right now. You have to know the word. Now, again, 21 and 22. I beheld, and the same horn, which was power, made war with the saints and prevailed against them, which was made war against Israel and prevailed against them. 22. Until the Ancient of Days came. Which was the Ancient of Days? The Spirit of Yah come upon us as a people, and we turn back to the law. That's the Ancient of Days. The law is the Ancient of Days. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. See, given to the saints of. That's Israel. We're the saints of the Most High. See the difference? Given to the saints of the Most High, not given to the saints, however you want to say it. It says of the Most. That means that's his people. And the time came, check this out, and the time came that the saints possess the kingdom. We just got through reading when he said that actually he didn't say Israel, but he said it's going to possess the whole earth. It was talking about Israel as many times as we've been seeing, right? Where's we at? That was Daniel 2, right? Daniel 2:25, 35. At the end of it, it says, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. That was the law in us, because we're going to be the one who actually take the law and give it to everybody in the earth. So that's what's meant by there, by the whole earth. So again, over here in 22, Daniel 7:22, until the Ancient of Days, which is the law, came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. Judgment just happened in 2020. Judgment was happening, that was after the 400 years, 1619 to 2019. What happened in 2020? The judgment. I'm going to judge that nation. Creator said he's going to judge that nation. That nation was the nation of who? The nation of Rome, the Roman Empire, who is still over the earth now for those who are still in servitude. How they're still in servitude? If you got a birth certificate, social security card, an ID card, which is an estate that you have not taken control of, you are under the tutelage of the system. Until you take control, and I shouldn't be saying this much, but since I'm here, until you get in control, let me put it like that, until you get in control of the estate, you are still servitude to the system. So it says, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came. Here we go. We there now. The judgment was in 2020. The jab. Before the jab, it was the virus, the plague, the pestilence, which is one of the plagues in Ezekiel chapter 14. One of the judgments of the Creator. 4 sword judgments. The famine, the plague, which is the pestilence, the noisome beast, and the sword. These are the 4 sword judgments of the Creator that he used. And the pestilence was in 2020. After that came what? The other pestilence by, what it says in Daniel 9? Let me just get that real quick. I'm just going to say it the way the book said. Abominations of desolation. That's it. Shall destroy. This is verse 26. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince shall come, shall destroy the city, and the sanctuary, you see a semicolon there, and the end thereof, here we go, this is the key I was getting at right here, and the end thereof shall be with the flood, and unto the end of the war. What did we say war is? War Esau. Esau is the war. Or that's his, that was his blessing. End of the war, desolations are determined. These desolations of that's Esau. That's the stuff that they do. Everything is about war for them. So, again, it said the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. That's the end of 22 in chapter Daniel 7. Now let me give you 17 and 18, just to share with you a little clarity on that same position. Daniel 7, 17 and 18, it says, these great beasts, now see, these are talking about the beasts in the earth at a certain time. These great beasts, which are 4, these are 4 different beasts, right? Which are kingdoms. Which are 4 kings. It said, these great beasts which are 4 kings. And these 4 kings are kingdoms. They're kingdoms. And what kingdoms was that? Babylon, the Medes and the Persians, the Greek, and the Roman Empire. These are the 4 great beasts that it's talking about right here. These great beasts which are 4 kings, which are kingdoms, which shall arise out of the earth. They're going to rise out of the earth. These are 4 kingdoms that's going to rise out of the earth. How did they arise? Remember, we had Babylon at first. Then we had the Babylonian Empire. These arose out of the earth. Remember I was sharing with you earlier? Each nation moved to them after the angels confounded the language. They all moved throughout the earth to be amongst each other with the same language, right? And as they moved out the earth with the same language, they grew to be different nations in the earth. Until Nebuchadnezzar came along and had the kingdom of Babylon. First, we just had the earth, which is Babel, from Babel, the Tower of Babel, and we had different nations in the earth of Babel, which is Babylon. But then we had the kingdom of Babylon when Nebuchadnezzar took over. Then after the kingdom of Babylon, we had the Medes and the Persians. What it says right here again. These great beasts, which are four kings, which stand for kingdoms, which shall arise out of the earth. 18 is your key. But the saints, those who keep the word of the Most High. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom. You see this? Forever, even forever and ever. See it right there. Self-explanatory. It didn't give you a specific who the saints was, but as I shared with you, the head is Israel. No, let me put it like this. The head is Judah. The body is Israel. And the head and the body are going to lead and guide the rest of the nations. So the head is Judah, the body is Israel. And then the rest of the nations is going to follow because they're going to take the kingdom. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever. Even forever, that time coming. We got to get there first, but it's coming. So right now, I'm going to come back with part 2 on more information on the Roman Empire. An understanding about Rome. And this is where I believe, when I went through my spiritual awakening in Europe, first being with the group IMPERIO. And the group I was with was about the Roman Empire. Like I said, when Caesar came, he had a song called Veni, Vidi, Vici. You know what? I can play it now. Let me go over here real quick and let y'all hear my song on. I can do that now. Oh, man, I got some skills. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Let me go. Get rid of that. I'm going to pull this up. Oh, that's right. It's on YouTube. Okay. See if I can find it. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick, y'all. There we go. Okay, let me share this real quick. Just want to share. Oh, come on now. Let me share this real quick. I can pull this up on my computer now. I can let y'all hear my song. And this is what we actually did. This was the Roman Empire. Of the Roman Empire, that is. We're going to do this. Okay, get rid of this commercial. Okay, come on back. Yeah, this was our first hit single when I was in Europe. It's called Veni, Vidi, Vici. So I'm going to let it play. I'm going to let y'all hear it real quick before we go to part 2. Let y'all listen to it. But this is, I feel the Creator guided me through this for a purpose. All you have to do is go to Veni, Vidi, Vici. If you want to know how to spell it, it's VENI, IMPERIO. First, IMPERIO, IMPERIO dash Veni, Vidi, Vici. VENI, VIDI, VICI. Come on now. Okay, here we go. Come on now. This is the name, and it was of the Roman Empire. I hope y'all can hear it. Let me pause this for a minute. Let me pause it for a minute. Got this charging up some a little bit. Let me open it up some for y'all to make it see a little bit better. There we go. There we go. This is called Veni, Vici. This is the for y'all that may see this on the full or either oh man, this mug's still pausing. It's still buffering. There we go. Our first hit single, y'all. Got a gold CD from this. That's me over there on the side. Got like a little afro. Then it's so far in the song, you'll see me lift up a cup like I was drinking out of it. Come on now. Still remind me of those days when I listened to it. Come on now. Mm-mm-mm. Well, y'all should just pause it, but y'all can see it if y'all like to. I will put it in. No, I ain't gonna do that. At least y'all can hear it. I might play from here. Y'all probably see me in there dancing. I was the hype man, choreographer, rapper, and dancer. She was the female vocalist and the one that said, uh, kick that beat and kick that beat and kick the dance floor. I can't remember. That was Tyrone Vincent. He was the male vocalist. Then I ended up moving up being the leader of the group after that. Mm-mm-mm. And we killed Caesar at the end. Oh boy, this mug is gone. Well, I guess that's it for that. I wish I could have heard y'all could have heard the whole thing straight through, but it's on here. Like I said, it's called Veni, Vidi, Vici. And all right, this mug boy. So, like I said, it was called Veni, Vidi, Vici, which means I came, I saw, I conquered. This was of the Roman Empire. Get rid of this. This mug is acting funny now. There we go. Do it like this. And now we can come back. Come out of that. There we go. All right, we back. So I just wanted to play that real quick. A little bit about the Roman Empire. And I believe that this is more like my forte because of me going through that and everything I come to learn and understand about the Roman Empire, where we at today, and the things that we're going through, and to understand about the Roman Empire and come to understand the situations that we've come through and we're going through. I just understand mainly this point when it comes to history. And by me understanding this point when it comes to history, I feel like this is like this is a certain portion that the Father has given me to know, to let the world know on a certain area, because I've been through it. Even though that was a group with the dance floor style group that we was performing and stuff like that. We killed Caesar and things like that in that video. But I had another one called Quo Vadis, and then another one called Nostra Cooper. I was with that group for 1 year before I left. So by being with that group, and then after being with that group, and then going through my spiritual awakening, and then as I grow to know more information, I started to understand things on a whole different level. So by me understanding things on a whole different level, I started to see things totally different compared to what the world sees, because a lot of people is actually following the Roman Empire, not even knowing it. But other than that, we're going to pause this part one, and we're going to come back with part two, and I might go back and play. I might play it again just to make it part of part two as well, because it was skipping there. I'm going to leave it short this time, because I think it might play better on the short scale. But other than that, I'd just like to share with you that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. We'll be right back with part two in a few minutes. I'm getting ready to pause you, Zoom. TB, I hope you're still there. I know you was getting some food. You probably might be getting back to the house. So what I'm going to do is pause you real quick, and we're going to come right back in a few moments. And other than that, be right back.
Recording stopped.
And for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, we'll be right. What should I say? I like to share with you that as I was sharing with you about the coming out of the Roman Empire, we have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge every Tuesday. Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge every Tuesday. We have two classes. One is at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, and we have another one at 9 p.m. Eastern time. 7:30 a.m. Eastern time and 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. You're welcome to come, but you have to text me your name, number, and email. Text me your name, number, and email, and then what I would do, I would send you information that's going to come in your email. Hopefully you got a Google Calendar, because if you don't, I don't know if it's going to show up in your calendar. But if you got Google Calendar, if you don't, download it. Once you text me your name, number, and email, I'm going to send you information in your email about all my Zoom dates. Put it like that, all my Zoom dates. Now we have one private class, and all the rest of them is public. Like right now, this right here is public, but the private is on Tuesdays, and on Zoom only. We're not on any public site. We just on Zoom only on Tuesdays. If you're interested, you'll get that information once you accept the invitation, and then from that point on, you can actually you'll get notifications, and then you'll get notifications to the Zoom, and we'll go from there. But other than that, what I would like for you to do, like I was sharing with you, text me your name, number, and email, and then send you the information, and you can text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And or you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com if you're interested. All right. Now you can also catch me. Now that is Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge on Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. or at 9 p.m. after the sun goes down, which is the night after Tuesday. All right. And then our next, which is what we did yesterday, which is a Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous. This is Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous. We're here at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time each Sabbath. This Assembly of the Righteous, which is what the Creator told us to do, told us to assemble. Now we're assembling on YouTube or Zoom, or mainly on the public platform. This is public. We're assembling on there, on Zoom and YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at 12 p.m. noon, and we're going through the scriptures. We just went through chapter 15 of 1 Kings. Next week, we'll be going through chapter 16. We're going through the book, and we're breaking down things as we go, and we're seeing prophecy as we go as well. So you're welcome to come. And like I say, that's on the Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon. And then we have, like we have tonight, Fight Fire with Truth. Fight Fire with Truth. We share information here. This is open conversation. Fight Fire with Truth is open conversation. We can have an open conversation. We can sit, talk, just share knowledge, And it's not about debating. It's about sharing information. Like my brother TB was sharing a few moments ago. He's about to go into sharing that the slanted-eyed people were supposed to be the Moors. I believe that's what he was saying. I'm not putting words in his mouth, and I don't want to do that. But I believe he was saying the slanted-eyed people was the quote unquote Asians was the Moors. I can't say that yes or no. I'm not one to say something I don't know. I just know what I go with according to history, according to prophecy, according to scripture, and where it meets up and where it shows in today's time, unless it's just going through the scripture. So that's all I can say. I said on what I know. You know what I'm saying? On what I know according to what I see, according to history, and according to prophecy. That's what I stand on. So, and everything to me, everything to me isn't about a skin color. To me, it's your ways and your actions. No different than the keeping the commandments and the laws. Your ways and your actions follow you by the things that you do. So we can tell a person by the character and the not by the color, but the character of the how they do. Because if you're a Israelite, you're an Israelite spiritually if you're not by the blood, but you're spiritual Israel if you're keeping the law. See what I'm saying? No different than your Esau. Your spiritual Esau if it's going along with the system, and you're not trying to get to the Creator. It's only two ways right now. A lot of people don't see it. It's only two ways. The Creator said that the blessing would go through Abraham and his seed. It didn't say which one in a certain manner, because Esau got a blessing. I like to say bliss. I don't like saying be less. Esau got his blessing. Oh man, I ain't even in the what's called my pause. But just to share with you, that just stuff when the Spirit gives it to me, I just bring it out the way it comes. So, but other than that, that's like I said, like tonight, we're here at Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation on night after Sunday, which is tonight. And then tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then tomorrow night we got Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth tomorrow night. And I'm an open vessel with the Father allow me to speak on certain things from the scriptures or whatever have you. I'm here and just open up for conversation on those nights. And that's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth on night after Monday at 9 p.m. People call it Monday night, but I like to say night after Monday because it's not daytime. It's the night after that day. So that's on what they call Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Then we're back to where we're at, like I was sharing with you, on Tuesdays. These are the different Zooms that you will have in your calendar, and your notification will come up, as well as they'll come up in your email. The notifications will come up, and if you're interested in coming on them, you're welcome to. If you're not, you don't have to. That's on you. But now, for the public platforms like YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter, you can connect with me there on X, formerly known as Twitter, and also on YouTube at Juice Pro 33, which is spelled JUICEPRO 33. Again, that's JUICEPRO 33. All right. That's on YouTube and on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can also like, subscribe, and share as well if you like. I might start it up on part 2 and then go into the Roman Empire. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to start off with Genesis 27 for the Roman. Matter of fact, I might just call it the Roman Empire tonight. Just give it understanding about the Roman Empire. All right? Now I might end up calling this for tonight. But back to the conversation. That's Tuesday on YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, which is Juice Pro 33, which is JUICEPRO 33. All right. So that's us. That's me on YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter. Also, you can catch me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. Again, that's MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. All right. Now for my Instagram and also one of my TikToks. My Instagram and one of my TikToks is under L'chaim_the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM_THEJUICE. That's my Instagram and one of my TikToks. Now, my other TikTok and my other YouTube, you can connect with me on there at it's 4 words connected as one, which is Michael the Juice Harris. Again, that's Michael the Juice Harris, all together as one. And that's spelled MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Again, that's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that video in the link, so y'all can see IMPERIO Veni Vidi Vici, just so y'all can check it out. I got other ones I've done in Europe as well, but I'm just gonna share that one with you, and you can look up IMPERIO if y'all want to check out the other ones as well. So again, that's Instagram and one of my TikToks. Oh no, that's YouTube and one of my TikToks. Mikael, which is Michael the Juice Harris. My bad. Michael the Juice Harris. Now, last but not least, you can also catch me on patreon.com and rumble.com, both of them LKHYYM. Again, that's patreon.com/LKHYYM and Patreon, rumble.com/LKHYYM and patreon.com/LKHYYM. A bit of water, my throat getting dry. So, other than that, we'll be right back with part 2. I'd like to thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We'll be right back. We're going to say bye over here to Ali Dabaja. Ali Dabaja over here on Instagram. We're going to say bye to you first. Thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2 in a minute and always. Peace. All right. This was Instagram. All right. That was Instagram. All right. Over here on Facebook. Look like my boy Cephas Ben Israel was over here. And Denison, my brother, he over there. Hello, hallelujah, praise Yah. How you doing, bro? Good to see you over there. I think he's in Libya. I forgot exactly where he was, but we did some talking and gave him a donation as well. Good to see you, bro. And other than that, we'll be right back with part 2. Again, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back. See you in a few minutes in part 2. Peace. Yeah. There we go. I thought all right, there we go. We good. Got that. Now over here on YouTube Live. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2. Appreciate, love you. See you in a minute, and always. Peace. I'll put that video in here too.